enthusiasm here at the Norfolk Scope. We should point out, Kathy, there are a couple of minor rule changes between the men's game and the women's game.
Women's game went from 6-player to 5-player about 15 years ago. When that started, they instituted a 30-second clock, which I'm sure surprises many of the viewers. In addition to that, there is no backcourt, so the girls can go over and back, and there is no 10-second line.
Otherwise, it's just the same as the men's game. Opening tip-off of the first ever NCAA Women's Championship game, controlled by Louisiana Tech. Kim Mulkey in the backcourt. This is Angela Turner, number 5, one of the 2 All-Americans on this Louisiana Tech team. They are outstanding, and they've got a defense. Lawrence goes up for the shot and is fouled. Foul is on Yolanda Laney, 5'10" sophomore. And going to the free throw line is Janice Lawrence, 6'3" sophomore, who averaged 14.5 points per game. Actually, Louisiana Tech's nickname, the men's name, is Bulldogs, but Sonja thought that was just a little unladylike, so they called them the Lady Techsters. Their mascot, however, is a bulldog. 1 out of 2 for Janice Lawrence, Louisiana Tech Legion. Laney on the outside. Someone has described her as a female Adrian Dantley. She's some kind of player, as you'll see, number 44. She really runs the attack. Air ball put up from deep in the corner by Deborah Walker, knocked out of bounds, and it will belong to Louisiana Tech.
Louisiana Tech has been in the national finals the last 4 years. They're a tournament experienced team. Cheyney, this is the first time they've ever made the Final Four. A little bit of tournament nerves, I think.
Tech's get a little bit close to your team's record. How many years did you have them in there?
6.
3 championships in 6 years. That's not bad. Lawrence goes up for the shot, off balance from the free throw line. Knocked out of bounds underneath, and Tech's ball. Also unusual to have a male referee, is it not, in a championship game? No chauvinism intended, I'm sure.
It's the first time that a male has refereed the final. Dan, a SEC referee, and a very good one.
Kim Mulkey trying to get it underneath to Pam Kelly. That'll be one of the big keys today, whether or not Tech is able to get that ball inside. They're so strong in there.
Kelly is just an outstanding performer, shoots well from inside and out. But when she gets it inside, she's trouble. She draws the fouls.
Angela Turner traveled. So Louisiana Tech, the Lady Techsters, turn it over. They've won 14 straight games, 68 of their last 69. Their only loss this year came to Old Dominion here in Norfolk, though not on this floor. It's on Old Dominion's floor. There's the young lady we were talking about, Valerie Walker, getting her first basket of the game. She's averaged almost 22 a game on the year.
Valerie Walker, a 6'1" guard, an outstanding shooter. She didn't hit the other night, but it looks like she's coming on strong right now.
Mulkey inside to Kelly, who puts it up underhanded, doesn't go. And Cheyney State grabs the rebound. Here comes Laney. Valerie Walker on the outside. Delaney tried to drive the lane, and Angela Turner tried to rip it out of her hands and fouled her. Turner's first personal foul. Team fouls are even at 1 apiece.
That's Yolanda Laney trying to penetrate. Some weak side help, which Tech really uses well, but took a piece of the arm as well.
Laney moving inside on Kim Mulkey. She's got a big height advantage there. Jump shot is short of the mark. And a scramble for the ball. We've got a jump ball. Now, we do not have the alternate possession rule in women's play, do we?
Forgot to mention that. They still do jump.
They still have the jump ball, so that'll be the case here. Someone remarked concerning Louisiana Tech and concerning their depth that their second team is so good that they ought to be rated in the top 10 in the nation, maybe around 10th or so. Pass underneath and an open shot, and 2 points for Sharon Taylor, the 6'4" center for Cheyney State. Makes it 4-1. Tech looks a little tight here in the opening.
Tech looks a little tight. They're playing against a very aggressive zone and very big players at every position, which they haven't seen all year.
One interesting fact, outside of the loss to Old Dominion, Tech has not been in a close game all year. Turner missing that shot and getting her own rebound. They beat Tennessee by 8, and that was their closest game all year outside of the 3-point loss to Old Dominion. Deborah Walker picked up the personal foul. Her first. Turner will inbound it. Laurie Scott is the top defensive player. Kim Mulkey, who can really run the attack despite the fact she's only 5'4". She was a great high school player and a great scorer at Hammond, Louisiana. Scott short with the shot, and again Cheyney gets the rebound. Traveling is called underneath, and Deborah Walker.
These two teams are so similar. Louisiana Tech has dominated the boards every game that they've played. They're finally matched up against a team that can jump, that can rebound, and play defense.
Laney with the pass down to Valerie Walker. She puts it up for 2.
It's an incredible matchup right there. Mulkey at 5'4", a guard against a 6'1" guard, Valerie Walker.
So Cheyney State has jumped out to a 6-1 lead in the early going here at the Norfolk Scope. In this first annual NCAA Women's Championship game, Janice Lawrence trying to get free for the shot and draws the foul. Fouled inside by Valerie Walker, her first, team's third. And Lawrence will go to the free throw line. That's Vivian Stringer, the head coach, who has done such an outstanding job at Cheyney. They do not give basketball scholarships. They have to give them some other type of grant and aids. Vivian Stringer is a full-time instructor.
Her full-time job is teaching, and she just happens to coach and does an excellent job at it.
Lawrence 1 out of 2 from the free throw line that time, 2 out of 4 for the game, accounting for Louisiana Tech's only 2 points of the game. Now a little pressure applied, but no problem at all. Valerie Walker gets it down, and we get a whistle call. Looks like it was prior to the shot.
Kim Mulkey has done that. She stood in front of Valerie Walker that time and drew the offensive foul. Dean Smith would be proud.
Valerie Walker picks up her second personal foul on the charge. 6-2 with 16 minutes and 56 seconds left to play in the first half. You know, watching these games Friday night, the doubleheader, the semifinals, you don't even notice that 30-second clock.
It really doesn't become a factor until the last part of the game.
Lawrence again having trouble getting the jumper away, and Deborah Walker gets the rebound. Walker can really go up. In fact, she has a nickname, Rim Wrecker, for very obvious reasons. Nice deflection by Pam Kelly, who had to hustle back on defense and knock the ball away from Sharon Taylor. Cheyney State's ball. Lady Wolves lead it in the early stages of this NCAA championship game, 6-2. Laney trying to inbound it, looking to Valerie Walker outside, and stolen by Turner. Angela Turner off to Mulkey, back to Turner, left-handed layup, good. Turner showing she can shoot with either hand.
Turner's just an outstanding defensive player. Early in the career, she averaged 15, 18 points a game. It's down to 10, but she's still their leader.
See how Laney handles that ball, missed the shot, and a foul called underneath on Louisiana Tech. I think it was on Pam Kelly.
Louisiana Tech foul is on number 41.
Take a look at that steal a moment ago, and fine bit of teamwork here by Tech.
Angela Turner really reacting well. That's a safety valve pass out. Nice fast break from Mulkey back to Turner. Val Walker having to back off with 2 fouls.
Sharon Taylor. Cheyney State thus far has been carrying it to Louisiana Tech. 8-4, they lead it. Deflected out of bounds by Cheyney. Kim Mulkey at 5'4", as we said, outstanding point guard, scored over 4,000 points in high school, but she's got a different role now on this team. Angela Turner, I notice her scoring average has gone down in years.
It's gone down. They have such good inside strength that they don't have to rely on the outside shot as he did a couple years ago.
She averaged like 16 a game as a freshman and is now down to around 10 points. Turner back out to Mulkey, and the 30-second clock did go off that time. So they took a little bit too much time.
It's just really good defense by Cheyney. Cheyney packed the zone in. They played good defense, good position. Forced the outside shot, but it was just a little bit too late.
There's the 30-second clock, which obviously now is reset. Guilford over to Deborah Walker. Walker driving on Kelly, puts it up from about 15 feet. Rebounded underneath by Cheyney, and Guilford gets the basket. It'll count, and she was fouled.
Louisiana Tech foul is on number 22, Pam Gann. It's her first personal foul. Lady Techsters have 3 team fouls.
That was Deborah Deborah Walker on the shot. A little bit nervous. It's an air ball. Inside to Rosette Guilford, who gets fouled. Continues. Good strength, upper body strength, and takes it to the basket. Chance for a three-point play.
Guilford on the free throw line, trying to complete the three-pointer. And Kelly grabs the rebound, and she in turn is fouled from behind. Deborah Walker over the back picks up her second personal foul. Looks like Cheyney is almost daring Tech to shoot from outside.
So many teams have tried to pack the zone in. Kelly and Lawrence are so good inside that if they get the ball, they're going to draw contact. They're going to draw the three-point play. Mulkey not known for being an outside shooter, and they're really tempting her.
10-4. Cheyney leading Louisiana Tech on the offense right now. Lawrence inside, misses the shot. Kelly scrambles for the rebound and scores. Pam Kelly, the two-time All-American, gets her first basket. Only 6 foot tall, and she plays in the pivot.
Really, she's the Wes Unseld of girls basketball. She uses her body well. She gets great position for rebounds, a leading rebounder, leading scorer. Sandra Gittens has come into the game for Cheyney State. That's Lady trying to get the shot off and does. Beautiful move. Yolanda Laney with her first basket, making it a 12-6 game. Inside to Kelly. So Kelly with the last 2 baskets for the Lady Techsters makes it 12-8. Game is 6 minutes old here at the Norfolk Scope. Giddens into the corner to Valerie Walker. Walker, who's had some international experience playing overseas last year. Turnaround jumper, Deborah Walker. That's the shot she hit against Maryland. She was a little bit tight the first 2 shots she had taken, air balls, but looks like it's going in now.
Cheyney State won their first 5 games, then lost 2 in a row. Then won 23 straight. Turner missing the shot. Laney trying to get the rebound. Ball is loose on the floor and picked up by number 34, Sharon Taylor of Cheyney State.
In defense of Cheyney slightly, when they lost those 2 games in December, Vivian Stringer, the head coach, was not with them. Her child was sick, and they really were very upset about the entire tournament.
They lost to Old Dominion and then to Rutgers. That's been it. Again, Deborah Walker. Boy, she's got that turnaround jumper down. 16-8. And the Tech bench getting a little bit concerned right now. Lori Scott on the outside to Mulkey. Turner gets the shot up. Won't go. Deborah Walker, who's been everywhere on both ends, grabs the rebound. Off to Giddens. Giddens controlling. Outside to Laney. Still a little bit early, but certainly you'd have to consider it an upset if Cheyney State won this game. Mulkey, who can really penetrate, trying to dish it off to Lawrence, can't do so, and has it taken away from her by Valerie Walker. Walker's got about 9 inches on her. Timeout, Cheyney State. 12 minutes, 28 seconds left to play in the first half. It's been all Cheyney State so far. 16-8. Frank Lieber along with Kathy Rush. We're at the Scope in Norfolk, Virginia. First ever NCAA Women's Championship game. They talk about Final Four around Norfolk. They mean something else than most folks do. It's the Final Four of the women's. By the way, Maryland and Tennessee were the 2 other teams in the Final Four who were eliminated on Friday night. Maryland beaten by Cheyney State, and Louisiana Tech eliminated Tennessee. Cheyney State's ball, full court pressure, inbounded to Deborah Walker. Karen Drawn, number 10, is coming to the game. Jennifer White intercepts the pass. White has replaced Mulkey at point guard. Inside to Deborah Rodman, who has also just come in, as Leon Barmore and Sanja Hogue have gone to their bench. On the floor is Lawrence.
Rodman sort of inadvertently ran over Laney. It's usually no harm, no foul until they lose the ball. She lost the ball, and they called a very delayed foul.
First foul on Rodman, who is a 6'2" sophomore, great rebounder from Dallas, Texas. One thing that Vivian Stringer, the head coach of Cheyney, pointed out yesterday, when they substitute, they get smaller. When Louisiana Tech substitutes, they get bigger.
They're very big coming off the bench. They've got their subs in now. The subs can afford to be a little bit more aggressive. We saw them turn the ball over, and that's really been their forte this year, the defensive pressure.
Cheyney State getting smaller but quicker coming off the bench. And Louisiana Tech maybe slowing down a little bit, but getting more size. Lori Scott in for the shot. And is fouled underneath by Ann Strong. That is 16 fouls on the Cheyney State Lady Wolves. And going to the free throw line is Lori Scott, 5'10" junior.
Lori Scott on the line for Louisiana Tech, shooting 2.
Cheyney State called that timeout when they were seemingly going pretty well. Louisiana Tech huddled up, and now they've scored the last 3 points.
That surprised you a little bit that Cheyney State would call the time?
I think so. I would have let them have to call it.
Scott's first points of the game. And that makes it 16-12. After being down by 8, Louisiana Tech's got it back to 4. Full court pressure. Laney trying to get it across the line, and does so. Once again, she's really in no hurry because the 10-second line does not apply in women's basketball. That's just a habit thing I got into.
A lot of teams use the pressure so that the teams do not have a lot of time to get their shot off.
Scott coming up to the ball. We're going to have a jump ball. Scott and Laney on the Cheyney free throw line. Cheyney State, located 24 miles outside of Philadelphia, school with an enrollment of about 2,500. Louisiana Tech in Ruston with an enrollment of about 11,000. They built a brand new assembly center. They're going to start playing in next year, which will seat 10 or 11,000. Off the hands of Lori Scott and out of bounds. Interesting that both of these schools' ladies programs draw out the men's program. Take a look at the replay a moment ago as they try to get it inside.
Deborah Walker with a hot hand. Looked like she got fouled there by Turner. No call. Results in a turnover.
Laney to Valerie Walker. Walker. Would have been some shot. That was some shot. And Strong. Little off balance. Not the way you teach it, really, is it?
It's not a classic shot, but it goes in, and it's very successful.
18-12. Cheyney continues in the lead. Lawrence from the free throw line. Nice soft touch.
At 6'3", she can play high post, low post, does an excellent job on that medium range jumper. But Cheyney really giving Louisiana Tech a little bit of their own medicine. Good defense, offensive rebounding.
Valerie Walker hits. Louisiana Tech just hasn't faced the opposition that they're encountering today. That's what's one handicap of beating everybody's brains out. Underneath to Rodman, and Rodman misses the easy shot. Jump ball. Valerie Walker and Rodman will jump on the free throw line.
It was half a pass and half a shot from Jennifer White that time, but Rodman happened to catch it.
Rodman was recruited out of South Oak Cliff High School in Dallas by Gary Blair, who is one of the assistants on the Louisiana Tech staff. Gary used to coach that high school team, one of the best in Texas for many years. Still is, as a matter of fact. Jennifer White outside. Looking for help, goes to Angela Turner. Lawrence trying to get it inside to Rodman, can't. Turner does. Shot is no good, but she's fouled.
I think we see a pattern developing. Louisiana Tech moves the ball inside. They draw contact. It ends up most of the defensive centers sit on the bench for the remainder of the game because they're always in foul trouble.
Ann Strong picks up her second personal foul. That is the 7th team foul against Cheyney. So Louisiana Tech will be in the bonus for the remainder of the first half. That was a two-shot violation. Substitute coming into the game for Cheyney State, number 34, Sharon Taylor, replaces Deborah Walker. Well, Deborah Rodman has got to be a little embarrassed to get up the free throw line and put up an air ball, your first shot. And, of course, she overcompensates, and the second one's too long. 20-14, Cheyney State with a 6-point lead. 9.5 minutes remaining in the first half. Long jumper by Valerie Walker. Shoots that jump a little bit like Terry Cummings of DePaul. Almost impossible to block. She brings it out from behind her ear. Jennifer White, good ball handler. Turner fails to hit. Strong goes high for the rebound. No trouble handling the ball there by Karen Braun, but she finally gets control. Turner going for the steal and gets the foul instead. Angela Turner with her second foul. That is the fifth team foul against Louisiana Tech.
Lady Techsters have 5 team fouls.
Of course, ideally, as you look at Vivian Stringer, Louisiana Tech would have liked to get Old Dominion in this championship game. This, of course, is their hometown. And try to avenge the only defeat. Timeout. We'll be back in just a moment. Sellout crowd here at the Scope in Norfolk, Virginia. An unusual experience for Louisiana Tech to be behind in a game.
It has to be a strange feeling, and it'll be interesting to see how they react.
Traveling called on Karen Braun. That's one of the big points, though. They have not trailed all year except against Old Dominion. I mean, they've pulverized people. Even in the tournament, they beat Tennessee Tech by 74 points. They beat Arizona State. They beat Kentucky handily. And the other night, they really didn't have that much trouble with Tennessee. And now they know they've got a battle on their hands. Fighting pack of wolves from Cheyney State. Trying to take the women's national championship back to Pennsylvania.
Reaching in there.
Foul call, reaching in on Sharon Taylor.
Louisiana Tech now has gone with their 3 centers, 6'3" Janice Lawrence, Deborah Rodman, and Pam Kelly. I think they need offensive board strength and looking inside continually.
Give that foul to Strong. Which will be 3 on her. And now we've got the 1-and-1 situation for Louisiana Tech. Pam Kelly, who was excellent the other night from the line, hit 12 out of 14 against Tennessee. Has really improved as a free throw shooter. She was a very poor free throw shooter when she first came to Ruston, and has really improved her statistics the last few years. She has 5 points, averaging over 20 per game. And 2 out of 2 from the free throw line. That cuts it down to 4. Cheyney's biggest lead has been 8. Cheyney State has not lost at home at Cheyney in 4 years. Yolanda Laney losing control of the ball. Tech bench wanted a traveling call but didn't get it. Shot was missed, and Jennifer White comes up with the rebound.
Cheyney bench wanted a foul. She really got hammered on that shot.
Lawrence has it knocked out of her hands by Karen Braun. Braun on the drive. Rodman is there for the rebound, clearing it off the glass as 2 players go sprawling on the floor. Who says it can't get physical? Knocked out of bounds on a fine defensive play by Ann Strong, the 6'1" freshman. Mulkey getting ready to come back in for Louisiana Tech. Take a look at it again. Watch the contact here.
It's Deborah Rodman on the rebound. She runs down. Doesn't matter who's in her way, just keeps going.
It's a little rough at times. Turner, nice fake. Jumper, 15 feet, doesn't go. Rebound, Lawrence, 2. Janice Lawrence. And Tech is starting to come on now. They've trimmed it to 2 points after being down by as many as 8. 7:45 left to play in the first half. Guilford. Foul is called on Rodman, and she can't believe it. Going to the line will be Sharon Taylor. Was this a foul? Judge for yourself.
Good pass inside. Oh, it looked like all ball. Great block that time by Rodman.
Officials didn't see it that way. Going to the free throw line will be Sharon Taylor for 2 shots. Talk a little bit about Rosetta Guilford, number 11, who is standing in the lane right now. She's a junior college transfer who last year averaged 41 points a game for her junior college team. Taylor hits both. Once again, a 4-point lead at 22-18 for Cheyney State. Kim Mulkey, who along with Jennifer White divides the point guard duties for Louisiana Tech. They have a very unusual coaching situation that we're going to get into a little bit as soon as we have time. in effect, almost co-head coaches. Turner. To Mulkey. Turner hits over the zone. That's what they got to start doing.
They have to start doing that, but they're really using the clock well. Turner almost forced to use that outside shot right then because she couldn't get it inside.
22-20. Rosetta Guilford on top. Laney pulls up, takes the off-balance shot. It is short, and Pam Kelly rebounds. All right, here comes Louisiana Tech with a chance to tie. They have not been ahead in this game. Pass inside is deflected. A whistle and a foul call against Cheyney.
Cheyney State foul is on number 34, Sharon Taylor.
It goes against Sharon Taylor, her first. 1-and-1 situation as Deborah Rockman goes to the free throw line. Talking about the bench strength at Louisiana Tech, they've got 10 players who have averaged better than 10 minutes a game this year.
They use a lot of people, but if you're beating somebody by 50, the bench gets to play a lot.
Obviously. This one could tie it at 22. Deborah Rotman. Brand new game. Louisiana Tech has fought back from 8 points down, and they've tied it with 6 minutes and 35 seconds left to play in the first half. Rosetta Guilford gets it back to the outside to Ann Strong, trying to get it underneath to Taylor, and Mulkey comes up with the ball. Kim Mulkey directing traffic. Pigtails and all as she flies down the court, drives the lane, and scores. What a play. Kim Mulkey's first basket puts Tech in the lead at 24-22. Laney trying to get position for the jumper, can't. Rosetta Guilford spins around, 12-footer, air ball, rebound, Louisiana Tech. Mulkey has it. Looks now like the momentum has shifted.
Cheyney needs a timeout right now. They've forced up a couple shots. They're not playing as a team. They need to talk it over.
Janice Lawrence looking inside to Rodman, instead goes to Mulkey. Mulkey gets it into Kelly. 2 points.
Mulkey sets that up so well. The first time she penetrates inside for the basket. The second time she penetrates and dumps it off.
Now a 4-point lead for Tech at 26-22. Cheyney State has not scored for the last 3 minutes. Take a look at that great drive. I think it's worth another look by Kim Mulkey.
Kim Mulkey at 5'4", really got hit, uses the backboard well.
And she can pass as well. Penetrating again.
Penetrates, looks inside for Kelly. It's a difficult pass to catch.
Cheyney State calling timeout. 5 minutes, 20 seconds left to play in the first half. Louisiana Tech leads by 4. Well, we've talked about the unusual head coaching situation at Louisiana Tech. The head coach is Sonja Hogue, but she doesn't really coach. The coach is actually Leon Barmore, who's listed as the associate coach.
It's an interesting, unique relationship that they have. Sonia, a couple years ago, realizing that she was an X and O type person, brought Leon Barmore from Ruston. He lived in town, and she used to just ask him questions, so she gave him the coaching position.
Fine pass to Lawrence underneath, and she gets another bucket, and now there's concern on the Cheyney bench, as suddenly Louisiana Tech has moved out to a 6-point lead, and they've got Cheyney playing their game. Rosetta Guilford, high arching jumper. Kelly with the rebound. Angela Turner kicks it off to Mulkey.
Again, Cheyney coming down, really forcing up the shot before they have to, before they can look inside.
Turner back to Mulkey. Takes the one-hand set shot and hits. Everything falling now for Louisiana Tech. Down by 8 earlier, they're in front by 8 now. Dabney trying to drive on Mulkey, goes in the corner to Guilford. Another steal by Louisiana Tech. Lawrence off the glass.
That's a 6'3" center who just made that interception and went coast to coast.
10 points for Janice Lawrence. They're looking for her to be the Pam Kelly, the All-American of the future. And they've also got a replacement already in the wings for Angela Turner, their other All-American. Freshman by the name of Pam Gant. Deborah Walker has it ripped out of her hands. Coming up with it is Taylor. Her shot is short of the mark, knocked out of bounds. And it belongs to Cheyney. Take a look at this 6'3" Lawrence with the steal. And as you said, coast to coast.
Janice Lawrence really anticipating, tips it, goes after the ball, picks it up with 2 hands. Good play right there and uses the backboard. Super play by a 6'3" center.
She was voted the most valuable player in the National Sports Festival games in Syracuse last year. Janice Lawrence, outstanding player. 32-22, biggest lead of the game by either side. The Lady Techsters are up by 10. Shot short of the mark by Sandra Giddens. And again, Kelly muscles her way for the rebound. Mulkey directing traffic down court. 5-4 point guard. I think those pigtails are getting your way. Doesn't seem to bother her. They get it to Lawrence inside, and that's enough. You get it inside, and you're dead against this team. 12 points for Lawrence.
Louisiana Tech took that lead with Valerie Walker on the bench. She really, I think, has provided the leadership that they haven't had up to this point.
34-22. Cheyney needs a basket and needs it bad. They've had a terrible cold spell. Deborah Walker gets it. They needed that awful bad. Deborah Walker with her 3rd hoop of the game. Makes it 34-24 with 2 minutes and 45 seconds left to play in the first half. Great pass to Lawrence. What a pass inside. Lawrence had an easy layup. Gives her 14 in the first half. Suddenly, Louisiana Tech is getting that ball inside. Something they weren't able to do in the opening moments of the game. Valerie Walker, they're forcing Cheyney to a lot of bad shots now.
A real bad shot. In fact, that time it was either tipped or a foul.
Great pass from Mulkey underneath here.
That pass is impossible. There's no way it should ever have gotten in there, but it's a great pass.
Threading the needle. Jennifer White. There, Mulkey's pass this time. Underneath, batted out of bounds, as is White's. That's unusual. They got both of their point guards in there, White and Mulkey.
The inside seems to be much more wide open than it was before. They have 2 point guards who can really move the ball inside.
Again, Lawrence, who's had great success. Doesn't get the basket, but draws the foul. They're getting it in there every time.
They're getting it in there, and they're smart enough to know just to take it up. They've been getting fouled continuously. They might as well still take it to the basket.
Foul was on Valerie Walker, and that's her 3rd. And more substitutes. Rosetta Guilford comes back into the game. Louisiana Tech 8 out of 12 from the line so far. Janice Lawrence, who has ignited this offensive drive by the Lady Techsters, is 3 out of 5 from the line, has 15 points here in the first half. 38-24. I can't believe how this thing's turned around. Obviously, they're doing something to get it inside, and it's been devastating. Guilford could lose for the shot. Lady having trouble controlling it. Louisiana Tech pretty well sticks with that man, don't they? Man defense.
The only time you'll see them in the zone is on an out of bounds underneath their own basket. A great defense team, constantly help each other out. It's very difficult to score.
Lady Wolves have turned it over again. 1:50 left to play in the first half. And Louisiana Tech, with visions of yet another national championship dancing in their heads, up by 14. Their biggest lead of the game. Mulkey penetrates. Has that shot deflected by Taylor, but Kelly is there underneath to jam it through. 10 points for Pam Kelly. After a very slow start, 40-24. Cheyney with Guilford in the corner. Deborah Walker again going with that turnaround jumper, but this time it fails, and Kelly is there for the rebound.
Kelly again at 6 feet going against Sharon Taylor at 6'4", has the right position, blocks her off, and gets the rebound.
Talking about winning streaks at home, as we were at Cheyney State a moment ago. Louisiana Tech has won 59 games in a row at its home court. And of course, he'll be moving out of that court to its new home next year, the Assembly Center on campus. Charging foul, offensive foul. One minute left to play in the first half. 40-24. Louisiana Tech, both sides substituting freely here.
A lot of substitutions, and I think it's hurt Cheyney more at this point. They went through a stage where they really were blown out of about 10-2. The subs were forcing shots up from the outside like that shot, not really taking their time and moving the ball around.
Laney gets her own rebound and sends it back outside again. Cheyney State was up 16-8 in the early going. Guilford is fouled as she puts up the shot. 40 seconds left to play in the first half. Laurie Scott picks up her first personal foul. Two-shot foul, and Guilford on the free throw line. Guilford wants to coach after her playing days are over at Cheyney State. It's going to be regrouping time in just a moment for Cheyney State, as they were buried by an avalanche here last 10 minutes.
They need the composure that they had the opening of the game. They came out and played very disciplined, and for just a short stretch of time they lost it, and they've lost the lead for sure.
30 seconds left to play, first half. Here in the Norfolk Scope. NCAA first ever women's championship game. Kim Mulkey wants to use a little bit of that clock. Shot clock is down to 10 seconds, game clock to 17. Great feed inside from Mulkey to Scott, but she misses the shot. Tip back outside. Mulkey comes up with it as it ripped out of her hands by Deborah Walker. And the foul is on Walker, her third. Both Walkers, Deborah and Valerie from Cheyney State, they're not related, have 3 personal fouls, as does Ann Strong. That's the time left in the first half, as Kim Mulkey will go to the free throw line for the first time. Great little floor player. A real quarterback on the floor.
So many teams are looking for the big, strong inside players. A player like Mulkey at 5'4", many times would not even be looked at because of her size, but she's a great floor leader, can pass, can also penetrate and dump it off. Didn't make the foul shot, but she's still a great player.
Sharon Taylor gets the rebound down quickly as Laney. Buzzer's about to go off. There it is. Basket does not count. Shot was put up after the buzzer, so the bucket does not count. And Louisiana Tech, with an impressive first half, leads Cheyney State by a score of 40-26. NCAA basketball will continue after this word from your local station. At the second half, Louisiana Tech leading 40-26. Here's a brief look at the statistics so far. A little edge in the field goal percentage for Tech, certainly.
Louisiana Tech 15 for 28, many of them layups. They really moved the ball inside in the first half.
So let's see if Cheyney can come back. Yolanda Laney throws it away. And Tech will take over. An amazing turnaround. We were just looking at the stats with 6 minutes and 44 seconds left to play in the first half. Cheyney led by 2, and Louisiana Tech outscored them 20-4 for the remainder of the half to move out to the 14-point advantage. Pam Kelly missing the shot. She was one big reason. She had 4 out of 5 from the field and had 7 rebounds in the first half. Laney on the drive. Beautiful.
That's exactly what Cheyney has to do. They have to move the ball inside, either by penetrating of the guards or a good pass inside. They've been forcing up outside shots. Yolanda
Laney gets her second basket of the game. She, by the way, is also a straight A student. Scott trying to force it inside. Will have a jump ball. This is Laney. She can really penetrate.
She can penetrate at 5'10". She can take the ball inside. A little pump fake. Nice move.
Scott jumping with Laney on the Tech free throw line. Angela Turner controls it. Turner was the most valuable player last year. Tech won its first championship in the championship series. Mulkey pass underneath to Kelly, waits and misses this time. Kelly rarely misses that high percentage shot, but that time she may have been intimidated a little bit. She had 10 in the first half. Lawrence at 16 points to lead all scorers.
Pam Kelly, that time showing us that she's a pretty good defensive player. Came out, denied the pass, knocked it out of bounds.
Laney gets it in underneath. Deborah Walker a little bit too far to the basket. Can't get the shot up, and she is fouled by Laney. Not a good foul at all.
Not a good foul in the backcourt. Just a little bit of frustration, I think, showing on some of the Cheyney players.
Kelly comes out, and Rotman comes in. So again, Tech using those ladies interchangeably, not losing any height advantage at all with Rodman in there. Pass underneath, tipped out by Taylor. It will belong to Louisiana Tech. During the course of this season, as you look at the leading scorers here in the first half, no one close to double figures for Cheyney. Valerie Walker held pretty well in check with a total of 6 points, and she's got 3 personal fouls, as does Deborah Walker and Ann Strong. Mulkey outside. Again, penetrating. Turner from the corner. Valerie Walker clears that one. 2 All-Americans on each side. Laney dishes it down court to Deborah Walker, puts it on the floor. And is fouled. First personal foul for Janice Lawrence, and timeout will be called here by Sonja Hogue and Leon Barmore, who guide the Louisiana Tech fortunes. 18 minutes, 10 seconds left to play in the game. Tech leading Cheyney 40-28. Well, if you're Vivian Stringer and your team's down by 16, what do you tell them to get back in this game, Kathy?
I think they played so well in the opening part of the game because they were patient, a little bit more disciplined than they've been.
Lawrence blocking the shot there from Taylor. And Tech comes up with it. Tech with a 4 rebound edge at halftime, mainly due to the work of Kelly, who had 7 of their 18 boards. Angela Turner to Kelly. Open shot at the free throw line, and the 15-footer is good. Laurie Scott getting her first basket. 42-28. Inside to Deborah Walker. Has it taken out of her hands, and Kelly comes up with it. Kelly and Turner, by the way, are the 2 all-time leading scorers in the history of Louisiana Tech basketball. So they're going to have a couple of holes to fill next year. Lawrence lost control of it, got it back inside. Good pass. Kelly gets the bucket. Excellent example of teamwork, and that had Leon Barmore jumping up and down. He loved it. Kelly with 12. Valerie Walker certainly has to get into this game a little more.
Valerie Walker, being played very, very tough defensively, has not been able to get her outside shot or inside.
Yolanda Laney with that basket for Cheyney. Makes it 44-30. 16 minutes and 40 seconds remaining as Mulkey brings it across the center line. Inside, Kelly. Takes it back out to Kim Mulkey. Kim Mulkey once scored 60 points in a high school basketball game. Scored 4,000 over 4 years at Hammond, Louisiana. A real spark plug. There's Leon Barmore, the associate head coach. Of course, his record is still 0-0 officially, though he's won all kinds of games over the last 4 years and has gotten his team into the national finals that many straight years. Kelly missing the shot inside. Foul by Guilford.
That was a strange call that time. It looked as if Kelly came over the back of Guilford, and yet Guilford was called for the foul.
That draws a lot of boos from the Cheyney State fans, who happen to be, a lot of them, directly underneath that basket. Angela Turner inbounding it to Jennifer White, who has replaced Mulkey at the point guard position. Laurie Scott. White is regarded really as a better shooter than Mulkey. Kelly missing. Missed 2 or 3 of those, normally for her easy shots. Opened the door slightly for Cheyney State. Laney missing, getting her own rebound. Yolanda Laney with the turnaround. Hits. Yolanda Laney trying to take things into her own hands. That's 8 for her.
Laney matched up against Jennifer White or Mulkey, can really take them inside. Much better percentage shot inside.
Kelly holds it. Puts it up. And a foul called underneath on Janice Lawrence for reaching over. Her second. I notice it seems they do not substitute for Angela Turner. Have you noticed that? Everybody else seems to be coming in and out. Here comes another substitute into the game for Louisiana Tech, Deborah Rodman. Turner seems to be a real anchor.
An anchor, a real steady and influence, just a really great all-around player, super defensive player, good ball handler. The one time she was out of the game, Mulkey and White combined in the backcourt.
Cheyney trying to make a run here. Rosetta Guilford with the jumper. Beautiful shot from 16. And Cheyney is heating up. 44-34, 16-point lead cut to 10. Crowd coming alive now. Pass down court, and Scott can't control it. It'll be Cheyney State's ball out of bounds.
Cheyney, I think, has got to up-tempo this game slightly. They like to run, they like to press. Louisiana Tech now is using the clock and slowing it down a little bit. They've got to get them into a running game. I
notice Cheyney State, when they practice at home, they practice against their men's team, which is also an excellent team. Went to the finals in Division II this year.
Cheyney State men's team ranked #1 at the end of the season, lost to the eventual national champion UDC. Have some great player, George Melton, a 6'8" center who Val Walker plays against most of the time.
Mulkey has come back into the game. See if she can settle Louisiana Tech down a little bit over the rough spots. That helps. Lori Scott with a 15-foot jumper. Gives her 6 points and makes it a 12-point lead. Yolanda Lady, great ball control. Down to Rosetta Guilford. Guilford driving the lane. Plows into Mulkey, and Mulkey is called for the foul. First personal foul on Mulkey. That's the 3rd team foul in the second half on Louisiana Tech. People confuse Louisiana Tech with LSU.
Sonia Hogue yesterday wanted to make that perfectly clear.
Valerie Walker. She had a big second half the other night against Maryland, which really got Cheyney going. 46-36. Lead is down to 10. Cheyney State making a run at it. Lori Scott looks inside, gets it in there. Shot is missed by Rodman. Kick back outside to Scott. And Louisiana Tech will set up the offense again. Lawrence looking cross court. Scott walked.
Cheyney State varying their zones, but 2-3, a 3-2, just putting a little bit different look to Louisiana Tech, and seemed to rattle just a little bit that time.
That's the turnover situation thus far. Cheyney with 4 more. Lady missing the shot. Deborah Walker tied up by Rodman, and they'll jump it up. And Pam Kelly is getting ready to come back into the game. Louisiana Tech this year had a stretch of 6 games in which they scored better than 100 points. They can really ring it up. Right now they're up by 10, but the momentum shift currently is with Cheyney State. 46-36. Valerie Walker. Delaney driving on Rodman. Scores!
Yolanda Lady, a deceptively quick player. Again, matched up against guards who are 5'4" and 5'5". She should be able to post them inside all the time.
Lady had 2 points in the first half. She's got 10 now. Turner hits. Angela Turner. The Lady Techsters All-American fires in a basket from the corner. Gives her 6 points. 48-38. Here's Rosetta Guilford. Mulkey trying to stay close to her, keeping those arms up. Attempted steal by Scott goes awry. Scott, the best defensive player for Louisiana Tech, stayed close to Valerie Walker, and thus far, she has done an outstanding job as the Techsters continue in their man-for-man. Lady tries to bounce it off the glass that time, and Kelly comes up with yet another rebound. Deborah Walker kicked it. It'll belong to Tech out of bounds. Watch Lady in action here.
At 5'10", tremendous quickness. She carries a lot of weight, but still really moves inside well. The last time down the floor, she also tried to post up Angela Turner inside.
Louisiana Tech Trying to get it into Kelly. Rodman picks up the loose ball to Turner. Kim Mulkey penetrates off to Rodman, and Rodman hits off the glass. Big basket for Deborah Rodman, who came up limping after the game Friday night. Coach Leon Barmore said she was born with a limp. She just gets hurt a lot and limps around a lot. He said it half kiddingly. Taylor's shot. Foul by Rodman.
Rodman also looks like one of those players that in her entire life has never committed a foul.
That's true. 12 minutes, 9 seconds to go. Louisiana Tech by a dozen at 50-38. And Sharon Taylor will go to the free throw line. She's a transfer from St. Peter's College in New Jersey, just a sophomore, 6'4½". 2 out of 2 from the free throw line so far.
Nice soft touch for a 6'4" player. St. Peter's is a Division II school. She wanted to play for Division I and a big program, so she came to Cheyney.
So Sharon Taylor, 8 points in the game, 50-40. Again, 10-point difference with 12 minutes to go in the contest. Louisiana Tech trying to bring the national championship back to Ruston. Scott tied up and has it taken away. Deborah Walker comes up with it. I am amazed at the level of competition here. I haven't seen that much women's basketball, but they can play. Look at that shot.
That's an incredible shot. Val Walker, variety of shots, a great outside shooter who really has not had a great game up to this point.
Biggest lead for Tech has been 14 points. And right now, Cheyney has cut it to 8. 50-42. Scott on the outside. Kelly with the move to the hoop. Rebound, Rodman. Deborah Rodman with her third basket.
Again, Louisiana Tech keeping the 10-point lead with offensive board work.
It's funny how you get to a juncture in the ball game as Laney loses the ball. Let's see what they're calling here. They're going to give it to Cheyney. You get to a point in the game where you got to get stuck. You know, right now they're on 10 and they can't seem to get it any lower. Mulkey comes out. And Jennifer White is back in at the point guard position for Louisiana Tech. Laney shooting over White that time. That may be one reason that he pulled Mulkey at that point, don't you think, to put White on...
I think so. They were really looking to Laney. She was matched up on Mulkey. White, not that big either. Yolanda Laney really had a pretty wide open shot that time over the smaller player.
Foul is on Pam Kelly, which is her third. Val Walker from deep in the corner fails to hit, and Rodman clears it off the window.
Again, it's so important to get off that 10 number. Cheyney a little impatient, taking the deep outside shot.
Kelly, you got it inside to her, and it's almost an automatic 2.
Well, really a contrast. Louisiana Tech takes their time, moves it inside. Cheyney takes not too much time and throws it up from outside.
54-42. Laney looking for some help. To Rosetta Guilford. Guilford jump shooting over Turner. Good. They call her red, and she's a bullseye artist. 8 points for Guilford. 5'9" sophomore who's averaged almost 16 per game. Again, trying to force it. This time into Kelly. It's deflected. Picked off by Taylor. Under 10 minutes to go. Val Walker on the outside. Bounce pass inside. Pam Kelly making a move to the ball. Let's see what the foul is. It is on Kelly, and that is 4 on Pam Kelly. And Louisiana Tech wants to call time and talk about it. 9 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in the first ever NCAA Women's Championship game. Back in Norfolk after this. Cheyney bench gathered around their head coach Vivian Stringer and her assistant Carlotta Schaefer, who helped her out during her personal problems this year with a very sick child. It's interesting to note in the last 5 years, Vivian Stringer's teams have produced 4 college coaches, 4 players who played in the pro league, and 6 with advanced degrees. Pretty good credit.
Vivian, one of the many coaches who are coaching girls basketball, women's basketball right now, who really care about the kids that play for her. They all graduate. They all go on to careers or master's degrees.
Let me ask you something.
Fine program.
What do you think about men's coaching women's teams? Is that chauvinistic or what at this point?
No, I think there's some tremendous men that are coaching girls both on the high school level and in college. But I think over the years, a lot more women are going to be coaching because they played in these great programs like Cheyney, Louisiana Tech, Tennessee, Maryland, Old Dominion.
Deborah Walker missing the shot, and again the key rebound to Louisiana Tech. Jennifer White will slow it down as she brings it up. Tech with a 10-point advantage. They'll run off a little bit of that clock before they take a shot each time. Inside to Rodman, and Walker fouled her. Deborah Walker picks up her 4th personal foul.
Cheyney's state foul is on number 30. Deborah Walker with her 4th personal foul. Lady Wilkes at 14.
That is only the 3rd team foul on Cheyney here in the second half. Angela Turner inbounding to White. Again, Strong getting ready to come back into the game for Cheyney. Turner's pass is deflected, and Val Walker comes up with it. Cheyney State won the East region. They beat Auburn, they beat North Carolina State, and they beat Kansas State. Oh, what a shot! Valerie Walker.
Valerie Walker getting it in gear. I've seen her play all year. She's a great player. 6'1" guard, can play any position on the floor.
12 points for Walker. She's heated up now here in the second half. Pressure by Cheyney State as the once 14-point lead is down to 8. At 54-46 with 8 minutes and 40 seconds remaining. Angela Turner in the corner to Jennifer White. Laurie Scott looks inside. White takes the shot from the top of the key. That's her first basket, and a very timely one for the 5'9" junior.
That time, Cheyney's pressure really made them run a lot of time off. 2 seconds left on the shot clock when she put that up.
Laney outside to Val Walker, waits for Scott to make her move, and very soft jumper goes down for her.
Lady Techsters lead 56-48.
14 for Valerie Walker. They've gotten over that 10-point hump, got it down to 8. Foul is on Guilford. Take a look at the All-American Val Walker here. 2 different angles.
Great play through 2 defensive players, lays it up off the backboard. There's an angle from the baseline.
That's pretty good hang time. Huh?
Dr. J would be proud.
And Val Walker's a levitation specialist, what she is. 56-48, 8 minutes left. First ever NCAA Women's Championship game from Norfolk. Kim Mulkey is back in. Mulkey got it underneath. Rodman gets the bucket. Mulkey gets back in and something happens, doesn't it?
Mulkey, a good feed inside to Lawrence. Lawrence turns and dumps it off the Rodman. Just a great play.
58-48. Turnaround jumper, Laney. Taylor with the rebound. Next one goes to Rodman. She kicks it outside to Laurie Scott. And Vivian Stringer takes an anxious look at the clock. Leon Barmore's been known to get a little excited over at the Louisiana Tech bench. They say he actually fainted in a game about a year ago. She said it was a very hot gym, however, wherever it happened.
Detroit.
Going up for the shot is Lawrence, and she is fouled by Laney. Her 3rd. Team's 4th.
That's Janice Lawrence. Seeing Rodman open inside, just dumps it inside. The easier shot. Just a great team effort by the Louisiana team.
It's one reason she's got that very high shooting percentage. She and Kelly both obviously take the high percentage shots. Mulkey outside, bounce pass to Angela Turner. Wow. She did not hesitate one moment, as you saw her put up that 23-footer. 60-48. Louisiana Tech by a dozen. 6 minutes and 40 seconds remaining. Guilford. Val Walker. This one a little bit short. Rebound Lawrence has it ripped out of her hands, but goes after it again. And she and Laney will jump it up. We're talking about straight-A students, which Laney is. Kim Mulkey, we understand, has not had an other than an A since high school. all the way through. 4.0.
It's amazing with the travel schedules that both of these teams have had.
Turner controls it for Louisiana Tech. Barmore up on his feet, shouting instructions to his girls. Slow it down, use that clock. You've got a 12-point lead with 6.5 minutes to go. Almost thrown over the head of Scott to Mulkey. Shot clock is down to 5 seconds. Rodman inside. Once again, Lawrence set her up.
Lawrence, great passer.
Lady Techsters lead 62-48.
Rodman is 12 points. And that matches Tech's biggest lead. So they're accepting the challenge from Cheyney State and throwing it right back at them.
Accepting the challenge, and they're now playing a half-court trap. 1-3-1.
Guilford missing. Rodman with yet another board, and Mulkey will walk it down court. Kim Mulkey has 7 assists in this game. Far and away leading everybody. Big turnaround came with about 6 minutes to go in the first half. Tech was trailing by 2, and they outscored Cheyney State 20-4 and went to intermission leading by 14. Laney on the outside. They're going to put it up often now. Laney throws it over the head of Taylor. And it will belong to Louisiana Tech. 2 substitutes. Deborah Walker comes back in. So does Giddens.
Cheyney State looked like they were really making a run. Had it to within 8 points. Louisiana Tech calmly spreads it out, comes back, scores the next 3 baskets.
Jennifer White comes in, and Mulkey goes out. Nice to have the luxury of having 2 point guards like that. You just play them.
2 point guards, 2 centers, 2 shooting guards.
They do have just about 2 of everything. You're right. Tech playing the shot clock a little bit now. They'll use up as much as they can. It's down to 10 seconds as Turner puts it up and hits. Angela Turner, who somehow has never made an All-American team until this year. She is now officially a first-team All-American along with her teammate Pam Kelly. And certainly well-deserved. 64-48, and Cheyney State will call time. 4 minutes and 38 seconds separating Louisiana Tech from the Women's National Championship. There's our situation, 64-48, Louisiana Tech, and the time remaining 4 minutes and 38 seconds. Cheyney State's ball. We're at the Scope in Norfolk, Virginia. Frank Lieber along with Kathy Rush with the first ever NCAA Women's Championship game. And Cheyney has tried to fight back. They got that 14-point deficit at halftime, cut down to 8. And then Louisiana Tech came right back and have a comfortable lead at this point. Now Walker from 15. Yes. 16 points for Valerie Walker, the 6'1 senior All-American from Cheyney State. Full court pressure now by Cheyney, down 64-50 with 4 minutes left to play in the game. Jennifer White on the outside. Jennifer has gone to the curly look this year. She said her hair kept bothering her, so she went with the curls, and it's really helped her. A few guys I know that could probably benefit from a situation like that and play the game. Lawrence misses on the follow, but Rodman is there for the uncontested board. They just keep after it, don't they, on those offensive boards?
Keep after it. But Cheyney has stayed with their zone. They really have got to come out and get the ball. They can't afford to lay back anymore.
Giddens to Val Walker. Walker to Laney, who drives the lane, misses the shot underneath, and it's out of bounds and will belong to Cheyney State. You're wondering what happened to Old Dominion. They were upset by Kansas State in the regional semifinals, and then Kansas State was beaten by Cheyney. They were in their region, but a lot of people figured it would get down to Old Dominion again, and Louisiana Tech, they've got a 6'8" center who can really play. All-American by the name of Ann Donovan. Deborah Walker scores.
They also have a 6'5" forward, which doesn't hurt at all.
No. They can both go back next year or what?
Yes.
Jennifer White losing the ball. Valerie Walker took it away. Little 360 move there.
A little showtime. I'd rather have the basket if I were the coach right there.
66-52, and White slows it down, takes a glance at the clock, which shows 2 minutes and 50 seconds remaining. Again, there is no over and back in women's basketball, so they can move to the backcourt. They can go all over the floor with it. And they're going to slow it down. Now the shot clock comes into play. It's under 10 seconds. Deflected by Deborah Walker. Picked up by Val Walker. Down to Deborah, who puts it up and can't hit it. Gets her own rebound. Still won't go down. And Rodman with the next one for Louisiana Tech. Leon Barmore on his feet in front of the bench, shouting to his girls to get the ball and slow it down. We've got the big lead here at 14 points with just over 2 minutes left to play. Use that clock. Shot clock down to 10 seconds. Jennifer White in the backcourt, double teamed. Lady trying to get it away from her. Down to Laurie Scott. 3 seconds on the clock. They just got their shot away. They used the whole 30 seconds that time. And Janice Lawrence in the bucket. Leon Barmore, the associate coach, who actually does all the coaching on the floor. Timeout here. We might talk about this coaching situation just a little bit. Sanja Hogue, who started this women's program, coached it the first 4 years. Now she is in effect, though she still has the title head coach, she's in effect a general manager, is she not?
It's just like a pro team. She's the general manager, but sits on the bench and gets all the credits for the win. Leon Barmore, an excellent X&O man. He knows the game, does a lot of the recruiting. He's done a super job of piecing this team together. He does the coaching both in practice and at the games.
You wonder how you could live with a situation like that. Ego's involved in the whole thing.
I'm not sure if they're going to live like that too much longer. He expressed some interest in possibly leaving Ruston, leaving Louisiana Tech, if the right offer came around. And he has to be one of the most highly recruited coaches right now because he's really put together a very successful program.
It's an unusual situation, but as they say, it works. Janice Lawrence now has 18 points for Louisiana Tech. She's been outstanding, but so has Kim Mulkey, the little guard. And in that stretch where Louisiana Tech turned it around with 6 minutes to go in the first half, they had trailed by 16-8 at one point. They were down 8. They trailed 22-20, then outscored Cheyney 20-4 for the remainder of the half. I think Mulkey certainly made a big difference with her floor play, her leadership, her assist.
Everything. Handles the ball, passes the ball, has to take the outside shot at times, and can score.
Stay here and it's over with.
Turnaround shot inside by Faith Wiles, who was wearing the face mask to protect a broken nose. And we get a foul called. Boy, it didn't take them long, did it? I mean to tell you, they're already selling the T-shirts. Some thriving entrepreneur. 1 minute 38 seconds to go. 68-52, and I guess you can safely say it belongs to Louisiana Tech, and I think they've got a dynasty going now, don't you, at this point?
It's definitely a dynasty. The players are young. They lose Pam Kelly, but they have so many players that can come in and really play the game. I
know they've recruited a young lady from Dallas by the name of Vivian Green, who Gary Blair, one of their assistants, used to coach, who is probably the outstanding high school player in the state of Texas. So there's more coming. All Cheyney State can do now is foul, trying to get the ball. Okay, we're a little torn on our most valuable player choice between Janice Lawrence, who has done most of the scoring, and Mulkey, who has really engineered this thing from the floor. It's a tough pick. But our producer, David Dinkins, is taking the authority of breaking the tie, and he has been impressed by Mulkey. I mean, she's only scored 4 points, but that assist total is very impressive. And she just seemed to calm that team down when they got down. Scott hits them both. (70-52). The crowd is reacting to a fan who's carrying a banner around saying that ODU, like MacArthur, will return. That's Old Dominion University. At this point, it's what you call garbage time.
Definitely garbage time. I think they should bring in some of the subs and give Mulkey, Lawrence, Rodman, Turner, all of these players the nice hand that they deserve.
Fans chanting ODU. They would have loved to have seen Old Dominion advance to this championship game. That would have been about as hot a ticket as Kentucky Louisville would have been had it ever materialized.
I was thinking when I just saw that T-shirt, Louisiana Tech #1, I saw a T-shirt with, I was at the Kentucky Louisville game, and then they scratched out Kentucky.
That's right. Rosetta Guilford is fouled out. Now Rodman comes to the bench and gets a great hand. Remember, Rodman has wound up with 14 points coming off the bench, 10 of those in the second half.
Ladies, it's a 1-and-1.
Leon Barmore still got his game face on though. Does he ever smile?
They say he's quite the personality. Well, Sonia said at one point she's the optimist and he's the pessimist. He's never happy no matter how many points they score or how big the margin.
He's a Bobby Knight disciple. Really very big on defense, and of course they play excellent defense. Lawrence missing that free throw. Just over a minute to go. Valerie Walker gets her 9th basket of the game, giving her 18 points. Janice Lawrence has 18 points to lead the way for Louisiana Tech. Timeout being called by Louisiana Tech. There's Leon Barmore, the associate head coach. 1 minute, 6 seconds remaining here at the Scope in Norfolk, Virginia, and Louisiana Tech has it wrapped up. Frank Lieber with Kathy Rush back in Norfolk. Kim Mulkey is on the free throw line for the Lady Techsters with 1:06 to go. She'll get 2 shots. Anybody going to get you back in coaching anytime soon?
I don't think so.
Huh?
I haven't coached for 5 years, but I have summer camps, and I do about 8 straight weeks of camp, and after that I have seen enough basketball for a long time.
You don't get the urge anymore, huh? 71-56, Louisiana Tech. Val Walker from the free throw line. 20 points for Walker, who had only 6 at halftime. Mulkey trying to get it out and does so. And a foul is called. Yeah, we started to talk about Cheyney State working out in practice with their men's team. You think that's a big help to have a men's team to work with? You think it's a good idea?
Knowing their situation, I think it is. John Cheyney, who's the coach of Cheyney State College, has been very instrumental in the women's program as well. He cares about these kids and their development. Playing against the men's team, you're playing against very quick players, tall players, and it has to help you improve your total game.
Lawrence again missing. Rebound taken away by Susserman. And Tia Susserman, who has just come into the game for the last minute, gets a basket. Big favorite down at Ruston. Very physical ball player. Deborah Walker hits. The answer for Cheyney State. 35 seconds to go. 73-60. And Lawrence is fouled by Yolanda Laney. That's her 4th. And again, we'll move to the Louisiana Tech free throw line. Those are the 2 real standouts for Louisiana Tech this afternoon, Lawrence and Kim Mulkey. You know, Tech earlier this year had a 54-game win streak, broken when they lost to Old Dominion. That's the longest win streak in the history of women's basketball. What was the longest you had at Immaculata?
I had a 35-game win streak and was involved. Delta State had a 52-game win streak or 51-game win streak that my Immaculata team broke, which was sort of a nice feeling.
Another thing I know upcoming is more substitutes come into the game. Pam Gant is the Wade Award this week, which is a big deal for women basketball players. That's the equivalent of the Heisman Trophy, is it not?
Exactly, for the Outstanding Player of the Year, and there's also Outstanding Coach of the Year, which at this point I believe is Vivian Stringer of Cheyney State.
Strong candidates certainly are Pam Kelly and Valerie Walker. I think we got a strong candidate on each
Either one
team.
would be an excellent choice.
Leon Barmore is now clearing the bench, getting everybody an opportunity to say that they played in the first ever NCAA Women's Championship game. Rita Rust has come into the game. Congratulations for Lawrence as she comes out. Try to pick up some of these other subs for you. We mentioned Pam Gant. Sossaman is in there. And Pendergast has come into the game. Deborah Walker with the basket underneath. It's her 12 for the contest. 15 seconds. This is going to be it. 75-62 is where it stands. And Mulkey is fouled by Lady. That should be 5 on her. A lot of disappointment on the Cheyney bench. They thought they had a real chance to win this one. I thought they did too after watching them Friday night.
I thought they had an excellent chance. They went through that real dry spell with 6 minutes to go in the first half, and so important at that point. They let the lead get too big. Vivian Stringer called a timeout when they were down 4, and then she let it get up to 14, 15 points before halftime ended. And I think that was the critical point. That's where they lost it.
Mulkey with 7 points now. That matches her assist total. With 8 seconds to go, 76-62. Deborah Walker with the rebound. 4 seconds. That'll do it. The Lady Techsters have won it. And are they happy? First ever NCAA Women National Champions. The Lady Techsters from Louisiana Tech. That they had their lowest point of the season in Norfolk, Virginia, and now they have the highest point of the season.
I think that loss may have helped. It got them back on the right road where they knew they had to work hard. There were teams out there that could beat them.
They had a lot of
16-point win is
pressure.
incredible.
They had a lot of pressure on them. When that loss finally came, it was like a load off their backs. We'll be back at the Norfolk Scope with interviews and closing comments in just a moment. And we're back once again in Norfolk. Sandra Hogue is with us. Leon Barmore is with us. Leon's already asked me the first question at the news conference yesterday. I said, what is your team going to do when it gets close in the game? And I guess you showed us there in the first half.
Well, Frank, we sure did. We showed a lot of class by being behind there early. Our kids were trying, and things, you know, Cheyney State was playing very well. But I felt like with Robin coming off the bench, giving us a spark, and Jennifer gave us a little spark there, and then we kept our composure, and I think we showed what we do if we were behind.
Sandra, what do you think?
I think it was a tremendous game. I think it's one of the best games we've played all year. And as the press conference went yesterday, they did ask us how we would do in a tight situation. And gosh, we were down 8 points there at one point, and I think they really kept their composure. And again, I think it goes back to experience. Being here at the tournament for the 4th year, there's nothing that can replace the experience.
Leon, early on when you were down 2 points, 22-20, you came back, you scored 20 straight points, and I think really because you moved the ball inside so well.
Well, I think one thing we told our kids, I thought one of the big things of the game was the offensive boards. Either way, they get the offensive boards, we lose. We get the offensive boards, we win. Now, I didn't think that we were allowing them on the board, but we were not getting but one shot. We got the ball inside better. We tried to swing it back from the ball side to Lawrence and Kelly, and we also got some offensive rebounds. And I think, to me, really, that was probably the key during that stretch. Plus, the press just once or twice fired us up by us getting a couple of buckets on it.
We have a couple of your players. We like to bring them in here. I don't want to upstage or anything, but Kim Mulkey is here. Janice Lawrence is here. Kim, great job running the attack today. Were you a little worried when you got down 8?
No, sir. Coach Barmore always tells us if somebody jumps on you real quick, you got 40 minutes left to play, and if you just execute real well and come out and be calm and not let the lead worry you, then it'll come back.
Pam, a pretty good way to wind up your career, isn't it?
Very good way. I would want to wind up no other way. I'm just happy that we won, and I hope the team the rest of, good luck the rest of the way.
Janice, outstanding game on your part on the boards.
Well, I tried to do my best. You know, all the centers came in and did the best they could on the board.
Well, congratulations to all of you. Thank you very much for working with us today, Kathy Rush. It's been great.
Thank you. It's my pleasure. I just think it was a great team game. A lot of people coming back for Louisiana Tech.
All right, we got to go. That's it from Norfolk for the first ever NCAA Women's Championship game. So long, everybody.